Hello, welcome back. A little bit different. I'm Alison, if we've not met before. I am absolutely full of cold, so I've been in bed since just before the traitors at 8 o'clock last night, and it's now about, 1 o'clock the next day. But I've got up because there are some things we're doing in here to help me sort out my sewing space. So my sewing room is basically like a 6x6 box room with the riser for the stairs. You might be able to see here, so that takes out a bit of room. So somebody recently sort of said to me, if you're showing us things, can you move back a bit? But I just wanted to kind of show you, I'll see if I can lower it, how the sort of space that I work in. So this is my main desk. I'm really lucky to have this, I know that, and I appreciate it, but this is my main space, and all of my machines are now on this table here, and my embroidery machine is over here. And let me just move this back up. A few weeks ago, Carl and I actually spent about maybe 3 hours in here trying to work out how we could arrange it, what we could do with it. I was thinking, this is my cutting area that the camera's balanced on now. I was thinking of putting my machines into here, but this was the fitted wardrobe, and we just can't change it. It just won't work any different way. And I've just said it, and I'll say it again, I hugely appreciate that I've got my own space. But I think many of us constantly try to improve the layout, improve the function of the room that we're in, but sometimes you've just got to accept that it's the best that you can do. So the conclusion that we came to was to improve the lighting. One of the things we've already done is switch to a daylight bulb in here, which I had, but I think when I've moved rooms it kind of got left behind somewhere. It's a really bright day today, so the south face and the sun's pouring in here, but quite often it's really dark and I'm a bit like, not Claudia orangey, but just a little bit orangey, do you know what I mean? And then it doesn't look great when that light, when I'm trying to record and share and just see, really. So I will kind of reverse the camera and give you a little tour, and I'm going to talk through what I'm going to do. There's a few things that we felt we could improve on. Lighting was one of them. Really want to work on that. Most of that is in this space here. We've already put the daylight bulb in, and straight opposite me you'll see a mirror on the wall, because that's where I do my hair and makeup and things. And I did have a LED mirror which is in the room next door, and my daughter uses that for makeup, so I've got another mirror, I'm just waiting for it coming for there, which has got LED, which again gives out a white light, which will be great. And above here we've got like some strips of LED lighting that have been up since I first moved into this room quite a few years ago. They're pretty, but they don't really give out any light that's beneficial for cutting out or to add to the general ambience, let's call it, of the room. So we've got a light that I think they'll see from space. Carl plugged it in the other day and I was like, oh, that's bright. But it's all about the colour of the lighting that we want to really work on. And the other thing that all of us always don't we want to work on is storage. So I'm going to flip the camera around and show you what I've got in this section of storage at the moment, and then I'll chat you through what we're going to flip it over to, because what I'm doing today, I am PJs on the bottom, sweatshirt on the top, because I will be going back to bed at some point. I hope my voice sounds okay for you guys. Is flip some stuff into Kallax cubes. So the cubes have arrived this morning, and change stuff out of the chest of drawers that I've got, because that just isn't really working for me in terms of accessibility and how I store things so that I can find things easily. So yeah, but I'll flip you around, I'll talk you through that, and then I'll come back, and hopefully when that bit's all finished, the lighting's done, I'll be able to talk you through what it looks like. Okay, I'm going to do like a bit of a sweep of the room. So these shelves here they're not the Billy bookcase, but they're from IKEA, and they're really great. The irritating thing is they're not quite A4, so my patterns will go in them, but they won't stand up. So I've colour-coded all of the patterns. I've got my dress patterns in clear white. I'm hoping they'll go into Kallax cubes rather than on here. This is a temporary location. That's my embroidery machine. This is my little corner that I do my virtual sessions from. You can see my notebook there, and then I've got overlock sewing machine and cover stitch machine that just swing out when I'm using that. This is the space that I'm going to be altering. So if I take a step back, These are the malum drawers from IKEA, so they are, I think they're 1 metre high, and this is the perfect height for me because I'm quite tall for my cutting area. All of the top bit is going to stay exactly as it is. Overlocker thread, scissors, little kitchen buckets there that have pens and different things in my shelf. That's all staying the same, and above that I've got this shelf that's got a bit mixed storage in that I want to get sorted out, but that will remain some sort of storage in there. I'm not sure which baskets or things will be in there. This is the main area here. So these drawers just aren't working for me at all for storage. I've already emptied out one of these sets of Alex drawers, so this will just go along into Carl's mum's garage for now. I want to try it out, make sure I'm happy, and this other set will move along to this end. What I am lucky with, sorry I'm so breathless, is that 2 of these baskets here will slide on top of these. Maybe the IKEA cubes might, I'm not sure. But yeah, so that Alex drawers there will go along to there, and then I've got a 4x2, so 8 calyx ducats all together, which is going to go on legs here and will be the same height as this was. So that will, this is on battens, this cutting area, but that will support that and replace the strength that that gives it. And I think the calyx cubes, rather than these baskets in the unit, you can just fill them up with so much stuff, can't you? So like, for example, this drawer here is just full of leftover bits of fabric that I think, oh yeah, that might do for making a bag, but I can't access it, I can't see things. So if I fold it and put it in a calyx cube, I can see it better. That's the kind of thing I want to do. So I'm hoping that I'll feel like this flows better. My vinyls are on the shelf here. These are just longer ones, which I need to work out what I'm going to do with them, but I think again most of these rolls of vinyl will go in a calyx cube, so it can be away. And then I've got a total of 4 of these boxes which stack quite neatly on here. This is my longest hoop for my embroidery machine, so that has to go there as well. And I just want it to flow a bit better, really. I think I'm sure we all get that. This is my space, and I want it to make me smile when I come in, and this bit does and this bit doesn't. So hopefully when we're finished, I'll spin you around. Hopefully when we're finished, I'll feel like the function of it's better. I'm sure I'll need to switch things around, you know, to get things where I want them, but fingers crossed. So we'll get on with it and see how it's going to look. So I'm really pleased with how it's gone. Obviously this bit doesn't really look any different. I've tidied up a little bit. As we sweep round into this section, these are just boxes that have got bits in that I don't desperately need all the time, but what it means is when I walk through the door here, this is what I now see, and my lovely little plants and my daughter's picture and things there. So I just get that instant when I walk in the room, which I love. So yeah, I feel like this is really much tidier. As you can see, I've got a really long cutting bench, so this is like 1m80. It's only 60 deep, but to be fair, that's deep enough. I do crave my A0 cutting mat, but it's just not possible, and I've got to accept that. So as you can see, sorry I'm still so out of breath, this hasn't helped doing this today, but I'm going to go to bed soon. I've got 8 calyxes in there. I've got things in this one, the what's in the bag thing, the projects that I'm unpicking and working on are just in there, so I can just ease that out a bit and pop my hand in. This desk is a rise and fall desk. It's not attached to these Alex drawers, so if I do need to get into that corner, these just slide out and I can whop this desk up and easy get in there. So this is just stationary junk, like some labels and things like that. I do need to relabel. I've got all my pattern instructions here. I like to keep my instructions separate. I just find it easier. I mean, actually I search for them a lot in the files on my phone, but if I just want to pull one out, hold it up, show it to you guys, or I just find it easier for me to have them in this sort of way. That's just a little basket with some bits in there. So yeah, I've got, this has worked really, really well. So the legs are 23, I think, deep, and these white baskets that I already had fit under very nicely there. So I need another 1 or 2 for that end, probably 1 I'll get. And I need another 1 to go up on the top shelf just there. where my bunting is. And I've got that little plastic one at the end that's empty. I might do something else with that, I'm not sure yet. The Alex straws have moved over into this corner, and all my bag hardware and bag labels are in these boxes here. So it goes out of focus when I point. And then what I've got here, which you can barely see from my tape measure, are the long rolls of vinyl that I keep, because this is like 60 deep, I think. They sit nicely on there, and they tucked out of the way where they were sticking out off a shelf earlier on. So I'm very happy with this. I've done a really big sort out. So in the drawers I've got, sorry about the breathlessness, I've got bag interfacing and interfacing. I've got a basket that's got all of my press and cloths, hams, that kind of thing. I've got this basket here has got the projects that I'm aiming to do over the next few months that I've already done a vlog on. So that's it. Over on this side, this is just my door. I've got some new pink curtains coming. I'm going to get rid of these dark ones. They're just handy if I want to take pictures. I can cover the door up with them and stand against them, but the dark doesn't really work for me. These are some of my patterns. So these are trousers and skirts and bags. These are dresses, and then one of the Kallax cubes has got all of the tops in. I've just got some bits in here. These are all the extra feet that I've got for the different baby lock machines, so they just sit under there very, very nicely together, and that's it. So I'm over the moon with it. Hopefully we'll get the light done tonight. These are the LED ones that I mentioned, which are cute, and they look quite bright on camera, but they don't actually put any additional light into the room or on that cutting mat. So we'll see what that light's like today. Hope you've enjoyed that, and I will come back when it's all done and do a roundup. So I'm really pleased with how it looks. I feel like it's loads better. Better. I don't think we'll get the light done tonight because Carl's on late cover at work, which I forgot about. But yeah, really happy, absolutely shattered. But I feel much better about it. You know, when you just need to get something sorted. And I don't know, maybe are you feeling like you need to do anything in your space, wherever you sew, let me know if you are. I'm gonna head back off to bed for a bit, and yeah, just concentrate on getting better. So I do have a completed make to share with you. I have something that's almost finished, but I need to do a fit adjustment on it. Hopefully I'll be back to share that with you on Sunday. I am waiting for some fabric as well, so Sunday will either be the makes, depending on how I'm feeling, you know, about feeling well enough to sew. My daughter comes back tomorrow as well, so I'll be spending some time with her, or if the fabric comes I'll do a fabric haul on Sunday, but I will be back with you on Sunday. So yeah, whatever you're up to, have fun, and I will see you very soon. Bye.